I've been live role playing for a lot of years. 1981, I think, around about then. A company called Treasure Trap, based in Peckford and Castle. I'm pretty certain Peckford and Castle is still there, but Treasure Trap vanished into the dust of history many, many years ago. And I remember my first LARP encounter was in a dungeon, Treasure Trap dungeon, and I had a foam gaffer tape wooden hilted sword and, basic armor. Well, as basic for them days as it could possibly be, because their hobby was just starting. Hobby, I hate the word hobby. Anyway, and my first encounter was a big black door in a dungeon with smoke seeping out of it. Kick the door in, like you do, and 8 screaming black fang, heavily weaponed and armoured, I think they were orcs, supposed to be orcs, I can't remember, come barreling out of the mist. That was quite intense. I hadn't the foggiest clue what LARP was all about, and then I found out it was that, and that was great. That was really, really, really great. So that was the bug that bit me. It's 2009 now. First event of the year coming up on April the 10th, which is Maelstrom. They do 4 a year. They're really good. Definitely seriously good. But talking about early days, and incense. Treasure Trap seemed to burn a lot of incense for some reason, and whenever I smell incense, that always reminds me of those early days. That's just strange, isn't it? I suppose. I don't really know. It's nice memories. They had a Joust arcade machine in the corner. I remember that. What that's got to do with LARP, I haven't got the foggiest idea, but Joust was a cool little game for its day, It's memory. It's a trip down memory lane. It's a big booted leap down memory lane. I always remember the hill to Peckford and Castle was bloody massive, and it was a trek through a winding country lane up to this gate and drawbridge, and then you're into the castle proper. It was great. I wish to hell I'd taken pictures. I didn't, and it was sad when it closed down. I'm trying to remember what came after that, actually. Cardiff based. Timegate. That was it. That was interesting as well. Timegate, Dragon's Bane, Mayfest. Mayfest is a good one. That's still going. Round about the end of May, which is why it's called Mayfest. And in August too, which is coincidentally Augfest. That's a good event run by very friendly people. And I've mentioned Maelstrom before. And you got the big events like Renewal and the Gathering. I don't really go to the Gathering because they seem to have a beer tent, whereas Renewal has a proper tavern, and a tavern always matters. You gotta have a tavern at an event. You gotta be able to sit somewhere in character and drink in character and sing songs or whatever you want to do. But since the smoking ban, they stopped the smoking inside, which is irritating. I have nothing against smokers. I don't smoke myself unless it's at an event, in which case I use a pipe. And there's something quite relaxing, or there used to be, about sitting in the back of a tavern, hood up, tankard of ale on the table, long pipe, relaxing, watching the world go by, smoking. But now you've got to go outside if you want to smoke, which sort of destroys the ambience a bit. That's a sad testament and statement of our times, I suppose. Smoking bans. That's bloody irritating. I actually had a long Gandalf type pipe, and I had it tucked in my belt about 2 years ago, and actually leaned forward to pick something up and snapped it. And I snapped it in such a way that it was bloody impossible to fix. Now that was irritating, to say the least. Oh yeah, that was bloody irritating. I've rabbited on for no apparent reason other than the fact that I can. I've got to do LARP Weapons Part 3. That's my plan. I'm working on it. I really, really am. In the meantime, I'm just waffling. Just waffling like this. Because I can. Is this what's called a vlog or blog? I've asked that question before, and I still don't know the answer. If a vlog or a blog is several minutes of random rambling, then I suppose it is. If it isn't, then I'll feel suitably stupid when I shut the camera off, which should be somewhere around about now, I think. To those of you still awake, thanks for watching.